working on the actual quotient rules. That means that we're actually dealing with division here. So quotient rule is if you're dividing, you're going to subtract. Again, not thrilled with this rule, simply because you actually have to remember what it is. If we just deal with this as if it were any other problem, we just expand it out. So we've got 3k to the fourth here. So 3, and we've got 4k's, 2, and we've got 2k's, right? Then this is a simple way of doing it, and this is why I like this way. You cross out a k on top and bottom and top, and all you're doing is writing down what's left over, right? And then you've got to simplify it. So you've got 3k squared over 2. 5 and 6 I already did for you on the paper, as well as 8 and 9. Again, so let's take a look at 9 quickly before we move on to 10. 3 divided by, So again, we're going to split this out. 3, we've got 2 A's and 3 B's, and 2 A's and 2 B's, right? So if we've got 2 A's on top, 2 A's on bottom, they cross out. That means it's going to equal 1. You could also do it out. A squared divided by a squared is going to be 1. So you knew that it was going to cross out like this. Now, 3 can't be divided by b. There's no way to simplify the coefficient. So the 3 is going to be there. And now 3b, b to the third divided by b squared, just like I have here. And then you cross out. 2 from the top, 2 from the bottom, and now we're left with a 3 and a b. So your answer is 3b. That's it. So process isn't that difficult, assuming that you are actually doing this all the way out. It takes a little bit longer, but again, we want to get the right answer every time so we don't have to do the problems over and over again, or just randomly guess. 4 is your coefficient. You have 3 u's and 4 v's. 1 v and 3 u's. Okay? And again, all we're going to do, 4, there's nothing on the bottom, so our coefficient comes forward. We have 1 u, 2 sets of u's, 3 sets of u's, so those are going to go away. You have a v on the bottom, which means a v on the top goes away. So we've got v, and there's 1, 2, 3 left over. If we look at the original here, we know that that's going away. And again, 4 v's on top, 1 v on bottom, so now you're left with 3. Now we're starting to get more complicated stuff because now we have 3 different variables. So again, even though it takes longer, we have a 2 and 3 A's, 2 B's, and 3 C's, divided by 2 A's and 3 C's. So our 2 is going to come down. And now we're left with an A. Our C's go away because there's 3 on top, 3 on bottom, and now we've got 2 B's. So 1, 2, B squared. Looking at number 12, same thing. Coefficient is on top, there's nothing on bottom. So we have Q, we have 4 P's and 4 R's. Now on the bottom you have P, Q, and R. So 4 comes down, and make sure we remember that we get rid of it. Q divided by Q is 1, so that goes away. Set of P's go away, and we have 1, 2, 3 left. So P to the third, 2, 3 left. 1 R on top, 1 R on bottom goes away, and now we have 1, 2, 3 R's remaining. Right. Number 13, slightly more complicated because there's 2 steps in here. You have variables and you have your coefficients, but you have to do multiplication up top, then you can do your division. Remember, you always need to do what is on one part of the division of a fraction, because it's like you have parentheses here and here. So you do what's inside the parentheses. So you've got 4x, 4, so 4 times x times 4 times, there's 4 more x's, divided by 2, and now we have 3 x's. Okay, 4 times 4, 16, and the 2 is going to come along temporarily. And now we've got 3 x's on the bottom. Sorry, I forgot to cross out. 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, 1, 2, 3 on the top. Now we have 2 x's left. Now, 16 divided by 2, can we actually do that? Yeah, it comes out relatively easy. So half of 16 is going to be 8, and our x squared comes down. Number 14, again, going to be somewhat similar. Going to be a little bit messier this time. So, again, we're going to write it out. 2, and then we've got 2 x's and a 3 and 4 more x's. 1, 2, 3, 4. Divided by 4. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 x's, right? So 3 times 2 is 6 over 4. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. X has gone away. We got rid of our 2, our 3, and our 4. We left with 2 x's, so x squared. Now, if you give me this answer, I'm going to be okay with it. However, when you get to MCAS or when you get to Algebra 2, 6 divided by 4, they're going to want you to either plug it in a calculator and see what you get for a decimal, or, so 6 is the same as 3 times 2, right? Times x squared. 4 is the same as 2 times 2. We've got a 2 on the bottom, a 2 on the top, and now we can just write it out. So this is the preferred answer, or if you put it in the calculator, you're going to get 1.5. So this is what I want. This is okay if you get that instead. Again, if you have questions, email me, please.